So we'll call the meeting to order. Terry, would you call the roll?
Sure. Mr. Collins,
Here.
Mr. Murphy, absent. Ms. Perez.
Present.
Good.
Do you need the
Okay.
agenda, Chris?
I had it a minute ago, and then I closed it out to get to you. Let me see. I've got it here somewhere. Oh,
So
no,
I can,
go. Just read me the first item. So it's
It's vote.
There's only
it's a
one item.
statements of interest, right?
It's just the
Mhm.
statements of interest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. To vote to recommend the statements of interest. Pat, do you want to go quickly through the
Sure.
PowerPoint, or did you want to go
Yeah,
right
I
to
don't have
this?
a
Whatever.
PowerPoint tonight. I just have the list, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So the superintendent sent over the information roughly 2.5 weeks ago that MSBA opened their grant round process. So for roofs this year, we're going to apply for Commerce, Indian Orchard, Sumner Avenue, Boland, Glenwood, and Rebecca Johnson. Again, these are our 20 years plus or older. Windows and doors, Milton Bradley, Valiette, Pottinger, and Glickman. For HVAC, we're gonna ask for funding for Milton Bradley, Rebecca Johnson, and Central. And under the core programs, Harena, White Street, and Washington. And I think the superintendent wanted to share his thoughts on the White and Washington.
Yeah.
And then I just want to thank Pat Roach. He provided some information just now before we started. He has some great projection of reports that were completed 3 to 4 years ago. So we're going to add that to these submissions. So I think we're going to be in good spot to make the June 1st deadline.
Pat, I just want to thank you. Pat Sullivan's just done a great job since SOIs have started pushing these programs and helping us with the core programs too. And Pat Roach, for core programs, the city is ready for us to go on, to do more core programs. So we're recommending White Street, which was built in 1901, is our next oldest building, and it has an addition that was added on at some point, but not very well. So as our neediest project, and MSBA has always pushed for the combining schools. So we're thinking in the Forest Park area, we'd be looking for replacing, do a combination school with White and Kensington, as we did in the North End and then in Mason Square. And Washington School, which was built in 1918, is another needy school. And we were thinking of putting a little addition on Beale and adding Washington in that neighborhood, and maybe have them on that same site because there's some land there. So MSBA likes to do the two schools in one format in urban areas because replacing these schools is a hard thing to do, and certainly Springfield's done a great job with that. So we'd be replacing a lot of our oldest buildings, and Beale was just built too small. It's not big enough to accommodate what we need right now. So those we see as the core programs, along with Harena, that we could do some massive work on. And Harena was a project, our lead project, the last few years that we've been pushing for.
And,
So
and superintendent, we're going to keep Harena as our priority one project.
Yep.
So the core projects are not listed. Oh, the White Street core is there in Washington.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
so is Washington. And the way MSBA lists it, Chris, is they do the predominant school. So they'll throw Kensington onto it because they'd rather do the two schools. Do you know what I mean? So we didn't list Kensington because they'll throw it onto the White Street project. That's what happened over in the North End. We started with just Brightwood, and we were able to put Lincoln on. And in Mason Square, we started with DeBerry. We were able to add Homer on.
And the slide that you're seeing, just give you, we work with the superintendent and Pat and John Kerrigan, kind of planning out the next few years for these projects. So if ever you're in a school and want to move things around, well, always know to call us and we can move those future years around.
Okay, so let's get to the ones that we need to vote on are in 2021 column.
Yep,
That is correct.
correct.
So, but weren't they the ones that were up back in that first chart? or into one?
There,
Right.
it's three categories, Chris.
Okay.
I have them listed as core HVAC, then there's a window and door slide, and then the roof slide.
So Mindy, do we need to do a vote for each one of those? Or do we do a
Yes.
vote for the cores, or do we do,
So what you can do, and I think in your packet, there are the required form of vote to submit a statement of interest. Do you have
Yes.
that in front of you?
I
So
do,
the
but
first-
I'm not seeing the name of the school in them, and I'm probably reading them too quickly.
So it's in the box. And it's about the fourth line down. The one I have is in front of me is
Okay,
Balliet.
there's Central. Okay, all right, so,
Okay,
all right, let me get to the first one. All right, so the first one is Balliet. Okay,
So
so,
that's a window and door
The
project.
window and door.
okay. So for expediency, Maria, what I will do is I will ask you to make a motion to move each one of the attached votes, the first one being the vote that we were sent that is printed for the Balliet Elementary School.
so I do think you have to go a little bit further than that, Chris, and say, I move the vote as printed for windows and door project at Balliet School.
All right, Maria, did you hear that? Because that's what you have to do.
So I am putting the motion that we approve the windows and
Doors
doors at Balliet School
Yep.
As printed.
as printed.
as printed.
Okay, I will second that. Terry, would you take a vote on that one?
Sure. Mr. Collins,
Yes.
Mr. Murphy's absent, and Ms. Perez.
Yes,
The next one is Bolin, which is that also windows and
Boland is a roof project.
roof project? So, you know what, Maria, how about if I make the motions and you second?
it's faster, yeah.
I move that we approve the as printed resolution for the Bolin School for roof project.
Second,
Chris, I'm not sure you as chair can make the motion.
I'm leaving the chair. I'm giving the chair over to Maria.
Fine, you needed to say that. Okay, thanks.
Mr. Rules.
Second,
Would you take a vote on that? Call a vote on that one, please.
Sure.
Terry?
Mr. Collins,
Yes.
Mr. Murphy absent,
Ugh.
Ms. Perez.
yes,
Thank you.
I would make a motion that we approve as printed the resolution for Central High School,
And it's
which is
That's
also roof.
HVAC
That's
repair.
HVAC
HVAC. Right.
as printed.
second,
Terry, would you take the vote roll on that?
Mr. Collins,
Yes,
Mr. Murphy's absent, and Ms. Perez.
yes,
thank you. I'll make a motion that we approve the attached vote as printed for the High School of Commerce, which is
A roof project.
Roofing.
roof, as printed.
second,
Terry,
Roll
would
call.
you call a roll on that one?
Sure. Mr. Collins,
Yes.
Mr. Murphy's absent, Ms. Perez.
yes,
Okay, I would make a motion that we approve as printed the application for Harena School, which is HVAC.
second,
Terry?
Yep. Roll call. Mr. Collins,
Yes.
Mr. Murphy's absent, and Ms. Perez.
yes,
Okay, I make a motion that we approve as printed the application for Glenwood Elementary School, which
Roofing.
is replacement of
Roof.
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 Yep.
The last time it was done was when I was principal there.
wow, second,
Roll call. Mr. Collins,
Yes.
Mr. Murphy's absent, Ms. Perez.
yes,
So it must be
Hey,
really ready
Chris,
for
if I-
replacement.
Chris, if I could.
Yes,
point-
indeed.
Chris, on Harena, it's core and HVAC. It
Yeah.
falls under the core because we want to do some build out in the room
Yeah.
and the HVAC. So
All right, so-
could we
so we
redo
took a
the
vote for
Harena
the-
vote, please?
We took the vote for the HVAC. I'll make another motion that we approve also, Harena, for the core project.
Thank you.
second,
Roll call, Mr. Collins,
Yes,
Mr. Murphy's absent, Ms. Perez,
yes,
thank you. The next one, I'll make a motion that we approve the as printed vote for the Glickman School, which is
Windows and doors.
windows and doors.
second,
roll call, Mr. Collins,
Yes,
Mr. Murphy's absent, Ms. Perez,
yes,
that's it. That's all the ones I have attached, right?
We've got, I'll read the rest, Chris, to you. We have, roof at Indian Orchard Elementary School.
I'll make a motion that we approve as printed the application for a roof at the Indian Orchard Elementary.
second,
roll call, Mr. Collins,
Yes,
Mr. Murphy's absent, Ms. Perez,
yes,
The next one, Chris, is Sumner Avenue, a roof.
a roof. I'll make a motion that we approve the as printed vote for Sumner Avenue School for a roof.
second,
roll call, Mr. Collins,
Yes,
Mr. Murphy's absent, Ms. Perez,
yes,
Did you do Boland?
I thought we did.
Yeah,
but-
yes, we
Yes.
did Poland.
Thought I
Yeah.
remembered
Yep.
Paul.
Glenwood?
Glenwood we did.
When we did.
Rebecca Johnson?
No.
No,
Don't
I'll
remember.
make a
Rebecca
motion,
Johnson is a roof.
I'll make a motion that we approve the as printed,
Oh,
recommend to the committee, they approve the as printed vote for Rebecca Johnson for replacement of a roof.
And
Rebecca
it's the,
Johnson-
and it's the,
I have as a boilers.
yeah,
yeah,
it's both.
It's HVAC and roof.
Okay, HVAC and roof, I'm sorry.
second,
roll call, Mr. Collins,
Yes,
Mr. Murphy's absent, and Ms. Perez,
yes,
Milton Bradley Heating System, HVAC, I think hasn't been done.
Yeah, good
And,
catch.
and windows and doors is on that application.
Yes,
I make a motion that we approve the as printed vote to submit for Milton Bradley School for HVAC and windows and doors.
second,
roll call, Mr. Collins,
Yes,
Mr. Murphy's absent, and Ms. Perez,
yes,
I
There's
think that,
then there's Pottinger for windows and doors.
I'll make a motion that we approve the application for Pottinger Elementary School for windows and doors, the as printed vote.
second,
roll call, Mr. Collins,
Yes,
Mr. Murphy's absent, and Ms. Perez,
yes,
And then there's the required vote for Washington Street School for an obsolete school facility to be replaced.
that's under the core program.
that's
Right.
under the core, we did that with the core program, didn't we? Or did we?
I don't think we did Washington yet.
Okay, so then
Oh.
we'll make a motion that
No,
we
I don't
approve
remember. But
the as printed vote for core replacement for Washington School.
second,
roll call, Mr. Collins,
Yes,
Mr. Murphy's absent, and Ms. Perez,
yes,
And the last one is White Street
White Street
Core.
for a core.
White Street Core, yeah. I make a motion that we approve the as printed application for replacement of White Street Core project.
second,
roll call vote, Mr. Collins,
Yes,
Mr. Murphy's absent, and Ms. Perez,
yes,
and Pat, don't we have to set a priority? We used, in the
Yeah,
past, we've
you
always
take
had,
a vote.
Have to set a priority and we wanted it to be Harena, right, Pat?
Yeah, Harena for core and HVAC, please.
okay, so I would make a make a motion that we recommend to the full committee that we set Harena HVAC as the priority project for this year
HVAC and core.
and core.
Thank you.
Second,
Roll call, Mr. Collins,
Yes.
Mr. Murphy's absent, and Ms. Perez.
yes.
Okay, I think we've gone through them all.
Yes, we have.
Great, thank you all.
Great work, Pat. And Pat, thank you very much. Great work.
No,
So appreciate it. You've done such a great job on these over the years, Pat.
we enjoy working
Got a
on
lot
them with
done.
everyone and getting them done, so it's all good.
You've done a fabulous job. It's made a huge difference.
Okay, I will take the chair back, and having gone through the agenda, a motion to adjourn is in order.
Second,
Roll call, Mr. Collins,
Yes.
Mr. Murphy's absent, and Ms. Perez.
yes.
Excellent.
Excellent.
Now I can turn
Thanks,
up the
everyone.
volume on the second Zoom I'm doing on the other computer.
Have a good night, everybody.